Good day, creative people! It's Sherry with Dragon Wagon Studio. Thank you for joining me on my channel today. I'm really excited for this project. I'm going to show you how to make a really cool technique using spray paint and alcohol. Now, usually this application is applied on a flat surface. It's in a lot of paintings, and I actually did this in my RV. I did all the countertops with this technique, and it turned out really awesome, and I love it. So I'm going to try and do this on a couple champagne glasses and see if I can reiterate that technique on a 3D object. So you will need some alcohol, which you're working with resin. You should already have that on hand, and whatever colors of spray paint that you like. Today I'm going to be using this brilliant blue. This one is metallic copper, and then some whites. Need to go to the store and get some more blacks, so I would have incorporated black too, but oh well, work with what you got, right? Also, make sure you guys are doing this in a well ventilated area. Spray paint is going to cause a lot of fumes, and you already got the fumes from the resin, so make sure you guys are protecting yourselves. So without further ado, let's get this going. Turn these babies on. Okay, so I mixed up 20 mils of resin. So what I did first here is I ended up taping the edges, so I don't, since we're using spray paint, that is not food safe. So you don't want anything that is not food safe up where people are going to be putting their mouth. I mean, it's going to be safe once it's done and cured, but you know, just out of the air of caution. So if you're going to be using painter's tape, make sure you peel that off right away, because once the resin cures, you're going to have a hell of a time getting that off. So we're going to spread the resin on here. I'm just going to put a little bit. We're going to get messy with it. Messy is fun. Oh yes. Lube them up. Lube up these folks. Put it on the bottom there. Yeah, you'd hate my blue. Oh, okay. Put that over there. I'm gonna get a new glove. My hands are sticky. It's hot in here. It's hot out today. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna go in with the white. I'm just trying to barely touch it, like I don't want a lot of that. Now we get some copper. Just keep layering it and playing with it till you're happy. Oh, that's pretty cool. We're already getting some cell action happening. So that's pretty awesome. Now the magic time. Now we're just going to spray all this alcohol. And now we're going to get some interesting reactions. We're fighting each other right now. Alright. I'm going to let that gas off for a little bit. You don't want to go in and use heat on this. This stuff is flammable and you will cause a fire. I'm going to pull that tape off right now. Don't worry about that. Alright, so I'm going to let that cure, and then I'm going to add some more bling to these. Since they're champagne glasses, I want them to be a little sparkly. So we will dress up the bottom of the cup or glasses, and we will also fix this edge, because yeah, we're not going to leave it like that. That doesn't look nice. So we'll also do something with that to cover that up, but we'll let this kind of just work its magic right now. And see what it does. All right, part 2 of the champagne glasses. So this step, I am going to clean up this edge here. And I haven't decided if I'm going to make a design yet, but we will be using some of this titanium sparkles. I got 20 mils of crafting resin all mixed up for this. That's probably too much, but that's okay. I'll throw it in something else. But I kind of want to add a little bit of texture here, just to give a little bit of a grip when you're holding your glasses. And then we're going to clean up this nice line here, and we're going to make that nice. When I look at these champagne glasses, I see more of a space theme, like cosmic energy and stars and Milky Way and, you know, stuff up in space. So I wanted to keep kind of with that same theme, and we're just going to add a little bit of this dark sparkle just to give a little bit of extra bling and kind of keep with the same outer world theme. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this in with my resin. So this step will just be nice and quick, nothing too intricate with this. We're just adding some sparkle, and then I'm going to decorate the bottom, and that's going to become something pretty cool. All right, look at that. That's pretty nice. Nice and sparkly. That's all we needed, just a couple scoops of that. Oh yeah, I like that. That's very cosmic-y. So I am going to try and pour a line. I'm going to let this thicken a bit. We will pause this and come back when that resin is a little thicker. I want it nice and thick. So, got this resin all nice and thick now. So I am going to slowly try and pour this. Still not that thick. So I just put these in here just so I can contain the mess and not going to be filling them up. Next step now is I'm going to be gluing on some crystals, like these guys. And then I have a ton of amethyst that I hand-picked myself. I went to the amethyst mine. So we're going to pick out some of these beautiful gems, all harvested naturally by moi. I might add some of this, just some lighter blue, just to offset some colors. So I will get the glue and start making the bottles. E6000. Using the glue just to hold these in place. I am still going to be using some of the resin still, so. So this is still pretty tacky, so I'm going to do some more rocks around the edges here, just to kind of match top and bottom a little bit. Alright, see, that kind of caps it off nicely. I'll add some of the other ones too, just to give it a little extra pop. Do the same for this. Don't worry, these will be secured a bit better in the next step. There we go. That and that. I'm just going to kind of fill in some of the gaps with these guys. Okay. See, that's a little better. Some nice bling on that. It'll look better even when I take that black stuff out. Just something a little bit different. What's going on? What's going on? We'll let that dry. And then we will secure them all in with the last coat. This is the last step. Now we are going to put on a nice clear coat just to keep everything in place. Didn't really use much glue to keep these all in, so we're going to do a little bit of clear coat, and then we'll be done. Just going to do a really thin coat. It's not going to be too excessive. Very, very thin. You don't want any globs of resin. Awesome. Oh, they're so shiny now. Just like that. I'm just going to clean up the excess on the top while that dries. And then I'll let these dry for 6 hours. Alright, creative people, these are awesome! They turned out so great. Let's get a close-up on that. Look at how sparkly they are. We love the sparklies! And a little bit close-up on the bottom. There we go. You know, just subtle enough, just a little bit. Not caked in crystals, but just enough just to tie it all together. These turned out amazing. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. It really helps me out getting my channel going and my content out there. I really appreciate you guys. And as always, stay creative, and I'll see you in the next one.